Welcome to the Strong Tower Podcast.
I want to be in a kayak going down rapids.
Right.
Possibly could die. That looks like fun to me.
I mean, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
But that's what I love about me and you. Is that
What's he call it on Little Giants? What's the play called? The anxiety of Puerto Ricans.
The annexation of Puerto
Yeah,
Rico.
That's what it is.
Did
I
not
thought it was
just
the anxiety of Puerto Ricans.
the annexation of Puerto Rico. The anxiety of Puerto Ricans. What is wrong with you? Are we recording? Are we?
We're recording.
Oh, we're a go.
We're going.
What is up, our fellow quarantiners, our Rona victims?
Not victims.
Well, they're victims of the social distancing. The real victims, for real, we're praying for you. But those of us that are social distancing, well, it's going well, I think. Don't you? How do you think our social distancing is going?
I think it's regular. I think nothing.
My life has literally not changed except for not going to the gym.
Well, that, and you don't have to go into work.
Yeah,
you
and
from
work.
Home,
I can work from
right,
home.
you don't have to go into work.
I part-time work
Literally,
from home
for me,
anyway.
nothing's changed.
I know, you go out and it makes me nervous. I mean, like, it's going well, guys. I really think it is. Like, I'm not wearing a wedding ring already, so you can tell that we've done really well together, stuck in the house. Just kidding. Just kidding. Everybody be cool. I do have my Lysol, I got my wipes, and I got my hand sanitizer, just in case. We got that on. We're rich. We're considered rich in our area because
we have hand sanitizer.
Can't nobody find hand sanitizer or Lysol wipes. We are...
Or toilet paper. We got
Yeah,
that.
we got toilet paper. We got paper towels. We are stacked. You know what I mean?
We had to get that before this even happened.
Yeah,
so
we
that's
had
why
no
we had a
idea.
whole
We had no
thing.
idea, so
Yeah.
we bought.
We were just
We
shopping.
always buy in bulk, and now
Yeah.
they literally have a line outside of Costco where you have to actually they only let so many people in the store at a time, and then what they do is they will say okay, this number of people can go in, but you can only buy one of each of the you can only buy one thing of eggs if you're buying eggs in
At
bulk.
Costco?
Yep, you
Yeah.
can only buy one thing of paper towels, one thing of toilet paper per person. If I was really a doomsday prepper and I was really, really worried about it, I think I'd be like, all right, Ben, you go in one line, I'm going in the other. And I'm sure many people are doing that anyway. Husband and wife are splitting, whole family
Right.
splitting. I can see somebody being like, oh, little Sarah, you run down to the other aisle and you carry out the toilet paper. You say your mommy's in the car and she can't come in. I can see that happening. You know what I mean? These
Yeah.
people are crazy. Legitimately crazy.
Yeah, it's because people listen to the news and stuff like that.
It's why I have taken a social media sabbatical. I'm officially off of social media. I didn't delete them, but I'm just choosing not to look at them.
Yeah.
Oh man, sorry guys. Got my device cranked up a little bit, so it changes my
Kick
voice.
in every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes you're gonna hear this. My personal auto-tune is a little worse than it used to be. A lot more painful. But it hurts a lot more because I was trying to scream with Ben today. Oh,
Nah,
T-Pain.
No, it's not the same.
It's not. It's not. It hurts. T-Pain.
Is that what it is? T-Pain?
I don't know what he did. I don't remember
what he
enough
did?
of his. See, look, and it's gone just like that.
Post Malone uses all tuned too.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was going through some shit. What was wrong with him?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, people were like, oh, he's going through because he was acting weird or something. And people think he's on drugs. And he was like, no. He's like, he's just, he drinks Bud Light and smokes cigarettes. I think that's about it.
So what, was he drunk on stage? Because some
No,
of his
that's just how
performances
he's supposed to act weird, I
were
guess.
a little weird.
I mean, he could have been on something. I don't know. He could just be lying.
That's questionable.
Yeah. But people were worried about him because of all, the celebrities killing themselves and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
So.
yeah. Absolutely. Meanwhile, everybody's partying it up, having spring break while there's an actual world pandemic right now, and going out to bars and celebrating St. Patrick's Day and doing all that.
Yeah, it's like
More-
you can't get that up one time a year.
Nah,
Like, come
like
on,
it's
bro.
one day, go home and drink. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is alcohol? This is where I realize alcohol is that important to some people. This is where I genuinely feel that some people cannot have fun without it, or without a group of people drinking
Around them,
together.
drinking, right.
They cannot just hang out. Being sober for as long as I've been because I have to, it's like eye-opening.
Yeah.
I just look around, I'm like, really? You couldn't go one day? Like, I know you're Irish, but like, you can be Irish all year long. You don't need a reason to drink an Irish coffee in the morning. I mean, you probably shouldn't before work, but like, you don't need a day for it.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid. I was irritated. I made a comment in a group text with some of my coworkers, and one of the guys actually had gone out for St. Patrick's Day down the beach, and I didn't realize that. And he
What about
responded
it?
with like the eyeball emojis, and I was like, "Yeah, here's looking at you, bro. Like, I'm not happy with you."
Yeah, I mean, because it's not, and I felt like this in the beginning of it before we learned more and more about it. It is just like, oh, I'm fine. You know what I mean? Nothing's gonna make me sick. Like I tell people all the time, I think I already had it in January.
Well, you know what's funny is, so you know I follow those Facebook groups full of moms and, you know, recommendations for this and that. One of the ones I follow, a couple of people question, do you think that me or my daughter already had the virus because of this? And many people commented on there and said, I felt the same way when I heard the symptoms and how bad the respiratory part of it was. They really legitimately think that they already had it because it's been here since, I mean, it's been
Like
around since
November,
December.
yeah.
So it could have come to the U.S. far before we know it.
That's what I'm saying.
And some people could have already had it, in which case I hope you did already have it and you survived, and now I survived because I was living at home recovering from surgery with you while you had it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you had the flu. I mean, they treated you for the flu.
Right.
Same thing they're doing for everybody else.
Yeah.
Just, you know, stay home and treat yourself for the flu. That's what you did.
Yeah. It's pretty much what it was. But yeah, I thought about it too. I was just like, and because now, like, China is saying that we did it, that we started it.
Yeah, well,
And I was
who
like,
cares?
what? I was like, Ozzy's been biting heads off bats forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not just...
He hasn't brought the
He
Rona.
didn't bring it right, because he would have passed it if he's
Yeah.
been, you know what I mean? He was
would've-
doing that every
He
other
would have been
night.
the first one.
That's what I'm saying. He would have been dead by now. He's still living.
Sharon,
I'm
I
surprised
think
he's
I
still
got
alive.
Corona. Sharon.
Yeah, after all the drugs and stuff, like, and he's still living and, like,
I know.
I don't know.
The man, I don't know.
The whole thing
is a
is
mess.
It's out of control, and people were just being stupid.
And right
Yeah.
now we've got like healthcare workers begging us to just stay the hell home.
Right.
Stay out. Go to the store
Yeah.
if you absolutely have to. Go to the pharmacy, get your
You're gonna
necessary
have to.
thing.
You gotta go to the
Yeah.
store.
You can't, unless you are one of those people that bought all of the dang toilet paper in one day in the world, you may be set for a month. You're good. You probably also have a bunker and, like, you know, who knows what else you have stacked up. Like, you're good. Like, the Karens of the world that are, like, stocked up. I feel like those people maybe are all right, but the average person, like, look at us today. Like, we couldn't even buy dish soap. Like, we just went out for a regular grocery run. It's like, okay, there's literally no
Well, and
dish
also,
detergent.
who cares about dish soap when you're, like, in
Yes,
something like
but the
this?
shelf was completely empty.
I know, that's
There
what I'm saying.
wasn't any, there were no dishwasher pods. There were no,
Yeah.
there was nothing.
Right.
There were sponges.
Yeah, but if you're
What
in,
good is
like,
that
a
sponge
thing-
to me?
If you're in a thing, like, what... Like, say it wasn't just a virus. Say it, like, it was, like, a zombie thing. Like, you're not gonna worry
An
about washing your
apocalypse.
dishes
I know.
and stuff like... You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna care about food and, like, we're about to have a bidet soon, so we don't need no
Oh my
toilet
god, the
paper.
bidet.
And
What's it called again?
it's a bidet.
What's the name of it though? It doesn't have a weird name.
Oh, Hello Tushy.
Hello Tushy.
Yeah, that's the company, I think.
We about to have a Tushy up in here. Yeah, Ben's
Yeah.
birthday's coming up, so we
That's what I
have
asked
to
for.
we have to postpone his birthday celebration just to be safe because we got some elderly people in the family, my parents, his grandparents. It's just smarter that way for right now. And
Yeah, and I don't even care if we
and
don't
he does,
all have it. Like,
he
I
doesn't
know
care.
we probably all
It's
don't have it. Like, I just don't want to take a chance.
it's not worth the risk because
Yeah.
he still has to go to work. So of all people that would bring it into the house, it would be
me.
him.
Yeah, and I'll feel bad.
And he would feel awful, and I'd probably strangle him if he hurt, somebody I love, on accident.
Oh, I would too. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, so, and I don't know, who else has been out and about. I don't know what they've done or who they've come in contact with. It just happens. And it's bound to happen more, but, so we're postponing it, but then Ben tells me, that he already asked for and is getting the birthday present he really wanted from his
She bought
mom,
it the night I asked her for it.
which is the Hello Tushy bidet.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, Ben needs water squirted up his butt to make sure he's nice and clean.
Right. I just feel like it's more, one, it's more sanitary, and I think it does more justice because it, like, gets you more clean than wiping. I think wiping it fucking spreads it.
I will
And
say...
plus you gotta reach your hand back there.
I will say it's probably more sanitary, and in a time like this, when there's no toilet paper to be found,
Yeah, exactly.
it could save your life.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
go pee in the shower and go get your butt washed over the toilet. That's fine. Whatever you got to do. I don't
Yeah.
care. But my biggest fear is there will be just shit sprayed all over my
What do
bathroom
you
walls.
think? It doesn't spray your shit
It
everywhere.
sprays water upwards. Have you ever watched
Yeah,
it?
upwards.
Yes,
It's
but
not
what
gonna go like,
happens? Okay, well, what happens when
It doesn't
water?
open up and go just like
What
a
happens
fountain.
when water hits something solid? It like this. You ever seen water hit a spoon? It goes
Yeah,
everywhere.
well, that's why I try to hit the bullseye so it just goes.
Good try. Okay, you gotta try and hit the bullseye. You're gonna have to aim this thing to your butthole. I don't know about this.
This is the first time I've ever even tried it.
I know.
But I hear people in the last couple weeks, that's all I hear on podcasts is these guys talk about it, how much they
people-
love it.
Well, Penny brought it up
And
like
they're not even
over
sponsored by
a year
it.
ago.
That's what I'm saying. They're not even sponsored by it or anything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of podcasts that are. And so that's how I saved my mom some money too. I was like, hey, use this promo code. Because, you know what I mean? And it was only like $79 plus whatever she saved, 10%.
Well, hello Tushy, if you're out there and you'd like to sponsor Strong Tower Podcast,
I'll do
we're
that in a second.
we're all in. We're all in.
It depends how good they are, though. If it's good, if it's
From
good,
what I've heard, it's
I'll
very
rave,
good.
I'll rave about it.
From what I've heard, it's very good. Penny wanted it so bad
Yeah,
last
see?
year, and Matt just kept saying, "No, we're not putting that in our house."
Yeah,
like,
my dad just said he's been looking into
Yeah.
one. See? I mean, it's not
I know.
Isn't there nothing gay about something like trying to clean yourself?
Don't make me choke on my cold brew.
Cold, bro.
My cold brew. That's the one thing. I'm not sad about it, but I can't get my Starbucks. I also had started cutting that out anyway for money savings, but seeing that Starbucks is actually closed is kind of like another one of those things where like, oh shit, like this is really happening. Like things are really closed.
It's real.
We
man.
really can't go like so on what was it, the 13th, it was Friday the 13th, we went up to UPenn to get my device adjusted, and we went into that Starbucks.
Pass me that Lysol. I want to read something.
Yeah, it's actually on there.
Is it really?
I believe so. I
Because-
haven't read the back, but I'm pretty sure it's on there. But we went up to UPenn on March 13th, and we always go to Starbucks when we're in there, like it's just what we do, and
Yeah.
we said that it was crazy. We were wondering how busy it was going to be because that part of the hospital was actually dead. Like nobody in there. They were only seeing essential patients, and so I forget what the criteria you had to meet to go in was. But if they closed the building, nobody was getting in, which was kind of terrifying. And so she's talking to me about that. We head down to Starbucks. And we are wondering how crazy it's going to be in there with all these people, like, around the hospital still working. And Children's Hospital of Philadelphia is right across the street. Like, it's normally packed in there. And we walked in, and there was, like, nobody in there. But the staff was stacked. They had everybody working, and they wouldn't let you get your own creamer or sweetener. So they had one person in charge of making drinks, one person
But he was
in
also
charge
touching
of
it with his bare hands. He was touching things.
yes, but all of them have to sanitize before they can touch anything anyway. So it doesn't matter. He has to wash his hands.
Did he wash his hands before he touched your stuff, though? He didn't wash his hands before he got me my straw.
He washes his hands before he starts touching everything. So every single one of them has one job. So their job is to stand there and only touch those things. So he washed his hands before he started his little shift.
Right.
His shift is strictly, let me give you your drink, and then how many of what kind of sweetener do you want, and how much creamer do you want? Tell me when. You have to touch your lid and your straw. You have to do all this. So I was actually impressed with how they handled it. There was there were no napkins. Nothing was available for the average person to touch other than the door. Everything else had to be asked for, and they would give it to you, which I appreciated. I would have liked it better if they were wearing gloves, but if I know that they sanitized their hands, which I'm sure they did, and you know that my ass has been walking around Lysol and everything. I Lysoled our entire grocery order more than once. I have wiped everything down before it got
Yeah,
put
and
away.
this will kill it, too, because it says human coronavirus on there.
Yeah, coronavirus is a thing, and that bottle of
So
Lysol
what's
is
the
not new.
problem? Like, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, and even if it's new, it's not going to say it on there. So
That's
what's the
been
problem
there
if
forever.
I know. And I guess we just
So,
don't have a vaccine for it. Like,
Coronavirus has been
it's been known, we just don't have a vaccine
it's
for it.
mutated, and it's changed based on how it there I read an article, unfortunately it was on Facebook, but it was written by a doctor, and I did verify the story. But basically coronavirus has always been around. We have no vaccine for it because it used to be only transmitted animal to animal,
Right.
and then it turned into I think it was human to animal
Yeah,
or
since
something
now
like
they
that. But
try to do
now,
some weird
all of
stuff.
a sudden, it has transformed, and now it is able to be it can go from animal to human, and it can now go from human to human, which before it could not for whatever reason.
Right.
So that's what's the interesting thing about this is that this bottle, I guarantee you, so my mom stocked me up with some doomsday supplies the other day. I gotta tell you, it was the best little gift package I've ever received. I've got 15 cans of corn, so that's nice, because, you know, who doesn't need some canned corn when they're going through a crisis? One thing of Lysol, Lysol wipes, that made me rich. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like the richest girl in the world at the moment. I was like, I got everything I need now. I got a full thing of Lysol wipes. And then she gave me 2 sponges, you know, in case I need a sponge for something. There was no dish detergent to go with it, so maybe it's just to make sure my sponges are clean. I don't really know
get your
why.
sponge game up.
I don't really know why she needed me to have some sponges, but she gave them to me anyway. So we got canned corn, Lysol wipes, sponges, and I forget what else was in there, but it was something else where I was like, okay, Ma, I see you. I don't know what you were thinking, but I appreciate you. And she sent that down here, and I was like, the only thing I cared about was this Lysol wipes. I was like, yes, but I know that this woman has had these Lysol wipes in her basement for God knows how long,
Yeah, probably for
because
years.
she has 100% always kept Lysol on deck. My mom Lysols everything. She will, the second someone has a cold in her house, since I was a kid, she sprayed and wiped every surface they ever got near. So that I knew was legit. They didn't just add kills coronavirus to this.
Right,
That
no, it's
label
been
has
there.
been there for a while. It's not on the front, but notice the MRSA, the RSV,
E. coli,
the staph,
yeah,
E. coli,
H1N1.
salmonella, all those things, and then flu.
Right.
So, and that's part of it.
Right.
It's flu symptoms.
So it's not that it's new, it's that it's just transforming. It transformed
it's-
from animals into
Yes, it's mutating.
affecting
Unfortunately,
humans,
and it's mutating so quickly that researchers aren't able to keep up with it as much. And then you've got the positive people who are saying, oh, well, a couple places have come up with, you know, vaccines, and they're already testing them on humans. They're skipping the animal testing right now.
Right.
They're just going straight to a human because people are signing up saying, yep, I'll try it, like that kind of thing. But people are saying it's going to take so long for it to be available that it doesn't even matter. like it won't even matter unless this pops up again
it
next
pops up
year.
again, right? Which someone said that it was gonna pop up again in the fall.
I think
Something
I
like
told
that.
you that.
No, I think I read that somewhere.
Oh.
That someone wrote it.
Well, that was Gina's theory. Gina's theory is that this is not going to go away until summer, and then it's going to come back. Vaccine will
That
not
would
be made.
suck if it went the whole spring. I don't want to live like this, man. Like,
I don't either. I love you, and you're gone all the time. But
it's not that. It's not the fact that you're supposed to quarantine. I have no problem with that. I just hate the whole hysteria, and I hate like not being able to go where I want to go.
I also hate the fact that people, thousands, probably millions, are losing their jobs right now.
I hate that too.
Or taking pay cuts.
Yeah.
It is incredibly painful. I don't know how many of my friends no longer work at my company right now because I don't have access to that list, but I know that a lot of people lost their jobs.
Yeah.
And all I can do is thank God that I still have one. And that I can still...
and that I have the job
and
that
I
I
can,
have.
and I
you know?
thank God for your job. I mean, I hate that you have to go to work, but if
Right.
you didn't, you have no option of working from home.
Right.
So there is no income there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, I thank God for that for both of us. But it's just insane. Like, I don't understand. Like, people were joking. They were like, I saw a meme on Facebook before I took my sabbatical. And it was like, remember when we were all worried about full moon, Friday the 13th, and a time change happening in the same week?
Yeah.
If only we knew what was coming next. And I was
that's what
like,
I'm saying.
holy shit, you're
I
right.
was all going crazy.
I
The time
was-
change messed me up.
I know. I thought the time change and Friday the 13th and a full moon, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have so many
And I still-
seizures. Like, I was so worried about my seizures.
I
Here,
care
I
about
didn't
the full
have,
moon.
I didn't have any, for whatever reason, my
The full
seizures
moon
react
thing-
to full
The
moons.
full moon thing is BS. I think people just make stuff up. Oh, these
Oh,
things
no.
happen on a full moon.
But no, legitimately, whenever there's a full moon, I have more seizures. I could prove it to you. I can start writing it down for you if you want. But I do legitimately usually
I mean,
have
it might
more
affect something like that.
because
but-
there's pressure changes and things like that come with it.
Right.
Whatever, I swear that my body reacts to,
Yeah.
and it could be a real thing. Because a lot of people say that barometric pressure, like if a storm's coming or something like that, usually when it snows, things like that, my seizures are far worse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know what happened last week? Absolutely nothing happened to me last week. I thought I was like top of the world. I was like, all right, like Friday the 13th, going good. Like, yeah. By Sunday night, I was crying myself to like sleep, worried about this coronavirus, and I had to make the call that I was going to be staying home for the safety of myself and my family, my parents, you, all the people that give me rides. I wasn't ready to expose myself to all those people. And then the next day they made the call, okay, your department's going to be working from home anyway. And everyone's complaining about working from home. And I just, it's a reminder, guys, we still have jobs right now. Just thank God for what you do have right now, because there are servers, bartenders, clothing store owners, nutrition shop owners who are making no money. None whatsoever.
Well, nutrition shops is different because they're seen as health stuff, so they're allowed to stay open.
So GNC and the mall's open right now?
I don't know about the ones around here. All the ones I follow on social media and stuff, like the brick and mortar stores.
Yeah.
They're all open.
I would say I figure the online
And
ones
they're
are
delivering.
fine, but
Yeah, and they're delivering.
a lot of places
A
are
lot of places,
delivering, which
yeah.
is, I mean, Chick-fil-A, look at them. They don't even have to deliver. People are just rolling on up. Go for it. But Chick-fil-A is the Lord's chicken. You know what I mean? That's God's food, so nothing's going to happen to them. They just eat that holy chicken.
Yeah.
It's like taking communion when you eat their fries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like that. And when you have the sauce, it just makes it all better.
Yeah.
Man, I
mean,
really
don't
want-
know about all that.
I want some Chick-fil-A right now. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm hungry.
Today's Sunday. Oh, no, it's not.
No, today's Saturday. I just wasted most of the day by sleeping till 12:30. I know. Chick-fil-A does sound good, doesn't it?
It does. And there's no delivery fee for DoorDash.
Oh, they waived delivery fee for DoorDash?
Yeah, I think all of them did.
Are we willing to risk someone else making our food?
That's right.
That's my fear. That is where it comes down. That's what it comes down to for me.
Maybe
Listen-
they're wearing gloves.
So listen, guys. I mean, I can ask. I can ask Krista. I could ask Alexis. How are they handling it? Because they're open. That location is open. I could always ask, hey, what are the precautions? From what I've read,
Yeah,
they
do
are
that.
doing so much to, take proper precaution.
Right.
Wearing masks, gloves. As far as I know, from what I've seen, I can't imagine that they're not, they probably have like hairnet
Yeah, they got hair.
type things going around.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's deep fried. Virus hates heat. That's what I heard. It loves the cold. It hates the heat.
So maybe if the springtime gets warmer, then it'll
That's what I'm hoping
kinda
for.
kill it down a
That's the goal.
I hope we have a hot ass summer,
Yeah, I'll take a hot summer.
cause
Hot heat.
that's what I like.
Yeah, I know you do.
It's Daddy's favorite.
Ew, don't call yourself daddy while you're wearing a Hakuna Matata shirt.
Oh yeah,
Bro, that shirt.
means no worries for the rest of your days.
Nah, it meant worries when you were the
The only worry was that so many people were wearing it.
you're
that
wearing the
day.
same shirt as everybody else.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Women, children, kids. See, that was Target's fault.
Cause I like being different.
Yes.
And then.
And I was so excited about all our shirts that were different. People were complimenting us on so
and I was
many
like,
things.
Ooh, Hakuna
And I was-
Matata. I found that for Animal Kingdom, and
And
I
then
wore it, and we saw 30,000 people, same dudes wearing it. All the
it got to the point where Ben wanted to go back to the hotel and
Yeah,
change.
change my shirt.
He wanted to buy a new
can't stand
shirt. He was looking everywhere for a new shirt. He was like, I just need to pick out a shirt I really like because I don't want to match everybody. I was like, it's fine. It was one
Man.
day.
That was one trip I didn't like with shopping because I only bought like what 2 things, 1 thing.
Yeah, if you ever
Was that ornament?
uploaded my vlog and got me up to date on some things so I could actually start recording again, then
Or you haven't even been recording, so you can't blame it on me.
I have a few videos on
you
there.
don't.
Yeah, I do.
Not enough to make a video.
Well, I'll make a
You
video.
have clips.
I can make you a video.
Okay. You haven't been vlogging, so
Well, I've been afraid
this
to
is the perfect time.
look.
You're
This is I
quarantined.
know, but I've been afraid to do it because I feel like you're working on other stuff.
I'm not. I haven't been doing anything. I don't have anything to work on.
Ben's been working on his screaming. Ben used to scream in a band when he was younger.
Yeah, I'm doing. I want to have my own song. So I'm putting together. I'm probably gonna do like 3 to 5 maybe.
Yeah. I'm gonna be featured on one of them. We're gonna figure it out. Am I gonna find my screaming voice or am I gonna find my singing voice?
Or you're
We
gonna
don't-
rap.
We don't know. I could rap. I could rap for you. I gotta go back to high school a little
Yeah.
bit and get myself centered.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
pull
Like,
into the
I
mom
gotta-
spaghetti mindset.
yeah, I gotta get Mom Spaghetti back into me because like people look at me and they're like, "That's the whitest little white bitch ever." She loves her Starbucks and
Yeah.
her Disney World, but there's a hood rat inside. I promise. I promise. She comes out every now and then. My screaming just failed today, man. It hurt. But I
It's
love,
not easy.
but I love screaming music. Like I love screamo. Like when I was in high school, I had very few friends that understood my taste in music.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there were so many people like, just for example, the one we were trying to scream to today, and I failed epically. Was Ohio is for Lovers by Hawthorne Heights.
Yeah.
Even the most basic people know that song, or at least they should by now. And dude, my friends would be like, "Oh my god, are you suicidal because of that song? Do you want to cut your wrists and black your eyes?" I was like, "No, I just really like the music. Like, just really like these guys."
Yeah, but you're into lyrics though.
I am into lyrics, but
So
I
those
liked
lyrics had
that
to, affect you
music.
somehow.
No, I just liked that music.
Yeah.
For
I
the
mean,
most part, screamo music didn't hit me in the lyrical way. It was
Right.
just the sounds and the I don't know, the angsty feeling behind it, I guess.
Yeah.
That was just who I was though.
Like there's a song by crap. I forget who it is.
I don't know who Crap is.
I have to look, so it's gonna bug me.
Yeah.
But there's a song, and I love the song. I never even understood what it was about until I looked it up.
That's the crazy thing about some screamo songs. If they're an okay screamer,
Of Mice and Men. So there's a song by Mice and Men, and I love the song. And then I was reading the lyrics and stuff, and I was like, I wonder what it's about. But it's about like his mom that died, and he wants his mom to come back and stuff like, you know what I mean?
that's awful.
And I was like, what? It's like a sad song, but it's like an upbeat song.
Yeah.
But the lyrics are like sad.
Screamo has that
I was like,
effect.
that's crazy.
It's like if you're
That's why I loved it.
if you're a really good screamer, you can still understand the words that are being said. If you're not that great and you're just kind of screaming along, like it literally sounds like if you're terrible, like some of the bands that are not good live that we learned, like Hawthorne Heights was not good live,
Right.
as we learned yesterday. It's just one of those things where like if you can't understand what they're saying, then like the song doesn't really have as much meaning.
Well, it's because they don't really enunciate,
Yeah, they don't
which
try.
is kind of hard to do.
Yeah,
But it takes practice and work, and
that's what I
whatever.
learned today.
yeah.
feel like-
it's harder.
I feel
than
like
it's harder
this-
than what it is.
This is what my permanent voice would be if I continued practicing today.
Yeah, you lose your voice.
Like it's just, and I don't want to be like
Yeah.
someone to
But it
call me
wasn't
on the
until
phone.
now, like when I was younger, I would just come out and do it.
Yeah.
You know, but now, like, I learned about warming up and different vocal things that I can do.
So
and
you
how
don't
to make
destroy
it.
your vocal
So I
cords.
don't destroy. I mean, mine are probably already destroyed.
Not really, because your
But,
voice sounds fine.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean there would be. Nuh-uh.
You would have a
They
lot.
could have like stuff on it. I could have like
You have
vocal
notes?
something, nodes or
You have
polyps or
notes?
whatever they're called.
Notes?
I don't know. But I don't know. Who knows? But who knows?
Who knows? Let it snope.
Yeah, let's Snoop.
That's what I want.
But,
I want more Disney screamo songs.
There's
and
probably
I-
a lot out there. That
There
just
are, but they're
don't
just
look up.
not. They're if they're not that known, then I feel like we could do better. Like, you remember like the Pop Goes Punk
Mm-hmm.
things? Those were some of my favorite versions of songs.
Yeah,
I feel like Disney needs some of that.
yeah. Well, that's one of the things I wanted to do, but now we got this virus thing going around, and I
We
can't.
can't
hook up
have
with the-
people
I can't
over
hook
to
up
play
with the
music.
dudes,
Yeah.
to try and get that to happen. Because that's one of the things I would like to do. Put on my 3 to 5 song thing.
Yeah.
Because I really want to
Definitely.
do. But then I thought, because that song has like a what's that thing called? The accordion.
What song?
And what's it called? The Brave song.
Fly?
No, it's not called Fly. I gotta look at it again.
I will fly.
Take Me Away or something. Touch the Sky. That's what
Touch
it's
the
called.
Sky.
Touch the Sky. Yeah. So
Yeah, because it's I will fly. I will spread
My
my
wings and
wings
touch the
and
sky.
touch the sky.
yeah, I mean it doesn't go by that like that, but
No, it doesn't go by that. No, that's not the tune.
yeah. But it has like an accordion. It has that Irish like sound in it. So I was
Yes.
like, how did we get that?
That might
You
have
know?
to be computer generated.
Yeah, it might have to.
Or you remix the song. You change it a little. Doesn't have to.
I mean, it'd be more like hardcore, like metal-ish.
then you might not need
But I still want to
that.
add that Irish sound.
You can do that with guitars.
I guess you could, yeah. With the what's it called? Pedal. I forget. I don't know.
The whammy bar.
That too. Is that the only thing you know?
I'm just.
Is that what-
I'm thinking back to Rock Band and
Oh yeah.
and Guitar Hero. You know, the only games I actually liked playing. Actually, I hated Rock Band. I'm not gonna lie, I hated that. Guitar Hero was my jam.
I hated that we played it when I was dating someone, and
Ugh.
we played it with the
Ugh.
whole family.
He
And
dated someone.
and I was so like scared to like be myself. You know what I mean?
You would that's so funny because you would never be afraid to be yourself in front of me. Literally nothing. And since we started
because
dating.
we've been married. But I'm saying when you're young.
Since we've been dating, you didn't.
Well, it's because I was older. But when you're young and you're not like, and you still care what people think, and you didn't want to like be silly, like, because usually if I'm around my family and stuff, I'm silly, even though I act serious in real life.
Yeah.
Like I'm just a silly goose, and I try and act stupid. Like
I'm just a silly goose.
I'm just a silly goose.
Just a silly
and I just
goose.
try to be funny.
And I just want to be funny, and usually my jokes just.
My jokes don't hit. Yeah, they're just too
They
smart
never,
to go. They over
nah,
everyone's head.
Nah, they just don't
Yes.
make sense. Sometimes Ben be laughing by himself, and you're like, "What was that? You didn't get my joke?"
Yeah, then I gotta explain it so no one gets it. That's the whole thing.
And then you try and tell it again, and usually, like, if it's a long one, you're like, "Wait, no, that's not how it goes." You know what I mean? Like,
no,
you
I
have to
can't tell someone else a joke because
and
I
you
always forget
can't-
it. Yeah, it was funny.
It's the
to
same
me
way.
at the
It's the
time,
same
but
way you can't tell stories.
I can't tell a story.
Oh
yeah.
my God,
See,
you
I'll
can't tell a
admit that.
story to save your life.
I'll admit that because I always forget what it is.
It's just, Yeah, it's not fun. I'm just picturing you, like, telling a story right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I should just like.
sometimes you should just call it quits.
Like I want someone to hear the story, but I forget it. And I'm just like,
You-
I'm just trying to get it out. And I'm just like,
So this
I'm
guy...
hoping it comes back to me. You know.
Things going on. Sometimes
But I can't help it. You know.
Sometimes-
Sometimes I do make jokes that hit though. But those are the ones I don't think about. It just comes out of my mouth.
Those are the best jokes. The ones that come naturally.
Yeah. They just come out of my mouth. But sometimes I gotta watch what I say because of who I'm around and stuff like that. But
I get that. You never watch what you say around me, that's for sure.
well, I don't have to.
Do you?
What?
Just kidding.
No, I don't
No,
have to
you
watch what I
don't.
say. I'm talking about like being over my grandparents. And
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like
I
that.
know.
Like, I gotta watch what I say. Just out of respect, but
Gosh, I remember when I met you and then I met your family, I was like, I was terrified to be myself.
yeah.
Because I
Cause
can't,
it's-
like,
'cause
I
it's something
am,
that you're not
I
accustomed
am
to, you know what I mean?
genuinely a very
I'm
nice
used to it.
person.
Right.
And I'm well spoken, I'd like to think. Sometimes my grammar is a little off, but you're not afraid to correct me, so that's fine. But I am generally very just, I'm basic sometimes in my own ways. But then I have like that side of me, like the real side of me that just comes out every now and then. I'm like, whoop. I have learned to control myself more because of being around your family than anything else.
I know. I'm
Because
used
it
to
doesn't happen at work. Like at work, I'll just be like, fuck. I'm like, my bad. And I'm like, oh, I hope no one heard me. And then I realize that the entire place says it because it's just kind of the...
Yeah, there's a couple times that I've slipped in front of my grandparents, but
You guys just don't care in front of your parents anymore. It's gotten a
No.
lot more lax than when I first met you. And I was like, oh, I need to be careful here.
yeah,
I need
because
to be
we're
careful
old.
there.
I'm grown. I'm almost 30.
Ugh, don't remind me. 30
like, why do I
AF.
care? But nothing. Nothing will ever be. One time, my dad was like, seriously yelling at us, and and when we got older, every time he would yell, it'd be like we would just laugh.
Oh, I
Like,
hate
dude,
that.
like we're not scared of you like we were when we were younger.
If we get to be parents
And we would just
and that
laugh.
happens to us, you're gonna be so pissed.
So that won't happen to us. But
Okay.
so we were already like laughing at him, but then he throws in, "I don't give a rat's ass," and we lost it.
Oh no.
Like my dad never curses, you know. And then when he said rat's ass, I'm like, who the fuck says rat's ass? Like, I was like, Dad, if you're gonna curse, man, like, come
You know
on.
what's funny is thinking back now. If you were to go there now, no way. But my parents never cursed growing up.
Yeah.
They did not do that in front of us. I would
They
say
probably just
at
didn't do it in front of
most,
you.
my dad would say maybe damn or
Yeah.
something like that,
Right.
or hell, that would be about it. But he would say dirty rotten rats of frass, and he
Oh,
still
gee.
does that. He'll go dirty rotten rats of frass when he's pissed off.
Yeah, yeah.
But now he'll say it ain't fucking right. He'll just throw it out there, and I'm like, Father, like you're about to be 78.
Well, it's like in
But
the
they've
Chris-
gotten a lot more. That's just how they are now.
In
They
the
both
Christmas
don't
story,
care.
when I was younger, I didn't know, like, he was saying a curse word. I was like, fudge? I was like, why is that a bad word? I was so confused. For the longest time, I was lost. I was like, why? He says fudge. And why does everyone think this is bad? You know?
Penny
So I didn't know what
tells
that
the
meant.
boys they're not allowed to say JC. She's like, do not say JC.
Oh, I got a bad habit of that.
I do too.
Like, I need to
And
stop it, and I say
I-
GD too a lot.
I do too.
Yeah.
And I don't
It
I
comes
don't
out.
mean it in the way that people are like, oh,
Yeah.
you're a sinner.
Right.
I don't mean it. That's not how it just comes out. It's just
Right.
it became vernacular that was popular for us, so we just did it.
Yeah.
But it's not what I meant. But when Penny tells the boys that, I laugh. I'm always like, say Jesus Cristo, or say, and she's I
No,
forget.
it's in Cristo Jesus.
In Cristo Jesus would be proper Spanish. They're
Yeah.
just saying. I'm telling them, just say Jesus Cristo. Like, just say
But
it.
that's
Like,
I used to do that in high school. I'd be like, oh, in Cristo Jesus.
adios mío.
Puedo ir al baño. Por favor.
How do you say
Oui, oui.
How do you say toilet paper in Spanish?
CP.
That's gonna become a curse word these days.
What, toilet paper?
GD, you got all the TP. You know what I mean? People
Not
are
for
gonna.
me, because I'm going to have a bidet. I'm getting a bidet on my B-day.
Ben, what'd you get for
Yeah.
your 30th birthday? A bidet.
No, Alyssa texted me. She was like, is that what 30's like? Like, you asked for a bidet for your birthday? I was like, hey, man, like, perfect time. Like, I
Yeah.
wasn't going to buy it for myself, so,
Yeah, definitely good timing.
yeah. Mom was the perfect person to buy it for me. It wasn't that
Yeah.
expensive. Like,
And she could still.
she bought it right away.
She'll still get you something else too. So
Maybe. I mean, I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
No.
I'm not someone that's like that.
you're not
I'm
getting
a
anything
taker.
from me because
I don't care. I'm not a taker because
the
it's our
only-
money anyway.
the only person I know, right? It's our money, so it doesn't matter. But the only person that can take me shopping for things when, it's for you,
Mhm.
are my parents, or my sister. And Penny is literally self-quarantined because they were in Disney,
Yeah.
and then, my parents are self-quarantined because they're old. So now I have no rides to like take me somewhere, and there's no one else I would get in the car with
Well, for you,
at this
I
point
would-
in time.
I was gonna
If you wanted something
get myself a
online,
tattoo.
I want a tattoo though,
Okay, well, you can get one at your birthday, but it's not your birthday; it's mine.
bruh.
So that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna buy myself a tattoo, but I'm not ready for it yet. I don't have
'Cause
it drawn up, and I
you
have
don't-
to pay someone to draw it.
I know exactly
Like-
what I want, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah,
Mine's
'cause I don't
mine's
trust
easy.
I don't trust the tattoo artist to draw it for me.
Yeah, because then you have to pay if you don't like it. I mean, a good tattoo artist will say, "Oh,
Well, I
if
gotta
you
do
don't
that
like
anyway.
if you don't like this,
If I
then
go on, I go
I'll
on
do
one of
this
those
again."
apps, and you can pay like a couple bucks, depending on what they charge. You never heard of that? Fiverr? You ever heard of that?
Nah.
Yeah, you could pay someone to do like edit a video for you. You could pay someone to Photoshop a picture for you. You can do you do all those things.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could pretend I know what I'm doing when it comes to video
Yeah.
editing, and just have someone else do it for me.
Yeah.
What's
But
the name?
it all depends on
Yeah, but how
some
much?
people charge. Yeah, some people will charge like $200. Like I was watching Peter McKinnon. He's like a famous photographer
Yeah.
and very good at video and editing and stuff. So he has this picture that he photoshopped, and he was like, I got a lot of negative comments on this because he didn't match the shadowing. So he put this mountain on this desert picture. It looked cool,
But the shadow
but the
didn't
shadow
match.
wasn't matching right. So he was like, all right, so we're gonna go on Fiverr. So he bought like a couple like $2 ones, a couple $5 ones, and then like a 200 one, and all this stuff. And he went through all those, and like the $5 one was the best. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Which was crazy.
Yeah.
And that he was like, yeah, dude, you need to start upping your price.
Well, that's how some people are. If you think about it, you charge low so that people want.
So people will actually get it. And
Yeah,
then
and
start
then
to
they
see.
realize,
Right.
oh yeah, this guy's good. The higher the demand.
Which
okay,
is why when you
can
first start out,
increase-
you do that, or you do it for free, and just people start to see, like, why word of mouth,
I know.
how good you are.
I have a
and you start
friend
asking for more.
that I would love to draw tattoos for me,
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't draw because that's what he does. I mean, he literally,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a phenomenal artist, but he's actually. Last I talked to him, he was in the middle of buying a house, and he's like, "I have no time." I was like, "No." I was like, "Don't worry about this one." I was like, "I just want to share the idea with you. I thought
Yeah.
you'd think it was cool," and he does. He loves the idea of my my brain one for my arm.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I love that.
That's a great idea. And then it's like I paid $100 to have a Strong Tower logo for me, and it was shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't care.
Yeah.
That person's not watching this, so it don't matter.
We don't know.
I don't care. It was for $100.
Well, that's the risk you take.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why with this, I would go to the cheaper ones because you never know if
Yeah.
it's going to be, it could be good. And if it's not, then I'm not spending that much money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
I just
your-
thought for $100, I was going to get something better.
For your tattoo, well, that's the thing. If you didn't go in there with like a specific idea, you're not gonna get. You're just gonna get random.
Well, I did have a specific idea, and I let them know what I wanted as best I could. I was like, I don't know, I just don't know how to put it on paper.
Yeah.
Like, I tried to, and I thought that person could, but it was nothing I asked for. So, I just thought $100 a little much. You know what I mean?
That's generally, but you got what, 3 options, didn't you? Out of that, or
One.
just one?
No.
Oh.
And then you got to pay for a redo.
Oh yeah, no. But see, what's interesting is for a tattoo, it's $50 for the drawing, and then that goes towards that's your deposit towards your tattoo if you like the drawing. That's interesting.
Yeah, but
that
if
was a
you don't
but
have that, if you have someone else draw it,
since
then
that
you
was
don't have to worry about that.
since that was a freelance thing, not part of doing a tattoo for you,
Yeah.
that's probably why the price was so high.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, it is what it is. You learn, you live and you learn, and
Maybe I'll get that
If I look on that
Hakuna
app-
Matata tattoo on your back, real big. Just a nice little reminder. I think that's what you should get right there.
no. My next one's gonna be shoulder to shoulder, chest, big tattoo.
But that's the thing. Like, you have to know exactly what you
That's what I'm
want,
saying. I don't know exactly what I want.
and then don't worry. Then don't. I know exactly what I want for all of my stuff.
Good for you.
Both sleeves, and like all of it is like already pre-planned.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you had none of them drawn out yet. It's all still in your head.
it's not
So
in my
it's-
head. All of them are on my phone.
Well, it's on your phone.
So
It's
all I
not
have to do
drawn
is
out yet.
take it to someone and say, "This is what I want." They draw it out.
Yeah, see, I only have one part in mind. I don't know what I want the rest to be.
I know this is my warrior arm and this is my Disney arm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, I want like the watercolor type. Oh, my bad. Sorry. I want like the watercolor type fading on all of the. Have you seen that? It's
Yeah. See, I don't think I'm gonna get any more colored.
I always said I wouldn't, but for these ones I really like the idea.
Yeah.
And then this side will be all black. That's all I'm doing. All black.
Black and white.
Well, I am white, so yes, black and
Black
white.
and white. Okay. Well, it's not black because some people actually get their stuff colored black.
No. Just there will be
Like a
no
blank.
there'll be no coloring.
Oh, okay.
Like shading probably, but
Yeah.
no coloring. It just depends on. Some of them are straight line tattoos.
Right.
Like my brain one might have a little bit of shading to it, but I doubt it. I have a question. Do you think it's normal that this thing is throbbing?
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm hungry.
so am I. I've been hungry, but this thing is like really starting to freak me out. And of course, we're in quarantine, and the building that would have to go to is completely closed. So there's no way for me to, like... I mean, there's an on-call emergency neurologist. Anyway, you're not getting a tattoo for your birthday. You were going to get...
I know, I just said that.
some fun things, but we're not going to do that now since we're not going to do a gathering. So... Bum, bum, bum. Sorry.
It is what it is. I'm just mad I got that shirt.
You can still wear your shirt on your birthday.
Yeah, I think I will. Because I'm off for my birthday, so.
And you and I can have a nice Good
Quarantine.
Friday quarantine birthday. And
Yeah.
if we're still, I mean, who knows, honestly.
I hope it ends before April.
I mean,
I don't think it will because it keeps growing. I'm like, oh, shit.
right now, the hardest thing is they're trying to keep until the governor shuts down the entire state. We are at so much risk. Like, there's no shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right now, nothing is really shut down because they're trying to preserve jobs. We were
Right.
at a 200 million, or I don't want to say billion. We could be billion for the state. I forget. We were at a surplus, and now we're down to like 94 million. So I think it was like 200 billion. Now we're down to like 94 million as far as budgeting goes and being able to get more tests here and things like that. So it's kind of a, like, part of me would like happily drive all the way to UPenn if I had to get tested. I mean, you'd have to drive me there, but part of me would be like, let's go.
Yeah.
Because I know they have things way under control, and they already like cleared out extra floors for extra beds and things like that, and I just feel like, but the whole like Italy thing, like choosing who lives and who dies, is like terrifying, truly terrifying, and that's what's gonna happen if people don't, because there are people on ventilators that are just there that have been, say, in a coma because of a car crash, and ventilators keeping them alive, machinery is keeping these people alive, and then you've got these coronavirus victims that are coming in. They actually have it. They need the ventilators, and all of a sudden there's no room for them. There's no beds.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. They're crossing state lines. And at some point they're going to be like, nope, nobody's allowed to cross state lines. I don't know how they're going to man it, but they'll figure something out.
Yeah, so Delaware. Oh, shit. I just out of it. Hold on.
From what I read as of yesterday, we have 39 cases.
45.
45 cases.
32 in Newcastle County, 5 in Kent County, and 8 in Sussex County.
All right.
0 deaths.
Let's keep it that way.
So, I mean, it still keeps slowly going up. But this is on the Delaware.gov coronavirus website.
See, this is why I literally don't want my phone near me, because I don't want to know. I don't want to, like, you're my information person for everything. Like, if I need to know something, you'll tell me.
Yeah.
But until I need to know it, I can't, like, I just started to get over my fear of, like, myself, my own, like, disease, and how far I've come with that, and taking a leap of faith in 2020 and acting like this was going to be my year, and here we are 3 months later, and nobody's allowed to talk to each other.
See, that's why I never do that. I never say, oh, this is going to be,
Well,
like,
I
the new year is going to be, you have
didn't
no idea
necessarily
what's going to
say
happen.
this is going to be my year, but I was like, new year, new brain. Like, that's what I kept saying, because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna
New year, new virus.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. New year, new quarantine. New year, no jobs. Like, that's what's happening right now. And it sucks. And, like, there's all these people that are blessed to work from home, and I'm grateful to be one of them. And there's people that aren't. There's people that are just sitting at home. And they said the number of unemployment, people that applied for unemployment within 48 hours was like 8,000 people.
Yeah.
That's unreal. That's a lot of people going for unemployment. At some point, where, like, everybody runs out of money, how are they going to get this unemployment money? Question.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to be denied unemployment. And then it's going to become a whole thing with the government. Like, this is the issue we're facing right now. It sucks. And a lot of people are like, one of the things I think that got me the most was there was like this letter to the class of 2020 going around. It's like, you were born when 9/11 was tearing our country apart. You grew up and you had to watch your parents live through the 2008 crash of the
Stock market.
the economy, basically just the whole recession. And then good years came, and then now the year you're supposed to be graduating, going to prom, having graduation parties, going to senior week, doing all of those things, it's all being kind of taken away from them right now. They're being taught at home, and most of them are probably done classes, almost done classes anyway. I know when I was in high school, a senior, I think I was done by April, and we graduated in May. Prom was in May. We graduated in early June, but we were done classes in May. As soon as I finished AP exams, I was done. Like, all right, go in for your AP test and be done. So that was it. Like, finals were done for seniors. We were gone.
Yeah.
So for a lot of them, this is the end of their senior year that they're missing. A lot of their friends are going away to college, and they're not seeing these people until who knows when. Like, we've got places that are closed for, right now schools, they're predicting that schools are closed through this coming week, but possibly even longer. Now, a couple of places are, what was that face? I don't like that face.
No, this is mostly saying that, there has to be bolder action
What does that mean?
than what, I don't know, whatever, like, the worst they could probably take action doing. But right now in the U.S., there's 21,000, above 21,000 cases
21,000 compared to the number of people that live here.
in the U.S.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't any, but
Yeah, but we'll have to see how Florida turns out.
Well, Florida,
After the
spring breakers. Here's your
And I understand it,
PSA.
man. Like, I understand being a kid
You think-
and
You
because-
think you're untouchable.
No, but it also, you don't care about other people. When I was that age, like, I didn't care about. I would have gone too. You know what I mean? If I was into
Yeah.
that stuff when I was that age, like, I would have done that same thing. So
Part of
know?
me is just like, here's the thing. Now, all of them are in those close quarters and stuff.
yeah, there's gonna be people that get it out of all those people.
Keep them there.
Right.
Don't allow them to go home.
Yeah.
Because what they're going to do is completely spread the virus all over their home state.
But I think that's another thing they have to do too. Is I think domestic flights are still going. I think they have to shut those down.
I think they do too. And
And
that's
I think they should have
I
done that
know
a while
that
ago.
I know that all military personnel that were still in the country, not actively deployed somewhere, were required to report to their home base and stay there.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris, my brother, they were on spring break vacation. They had to cut it short, get a flight home, so he could be back in Kansas. He has no idea when he's moving to his new base.
Right.
They were supposed to be moving soon, and he's not moving to Texas anytime soon.
Yeah.
And they bought a house.
Yeah.
Like, they're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has to stay in Kansas City and be there in case, they mobilize the military.
Kansas City's in Missouri.
So I said Kansas City.
You said Kansas.
No, I said Kansas City.
Oh.
He's back in Kansas City. Don't know when he's going to Texas.
No, you said Kansas first. But it's fine.
Well, my
Sorry,
thing's
we'll
going.
agree to disagree.
We'll agree to disagree as always. But my thing was going off. It's hard to tell what I'm saying. Like, I'm too busy trying to actually talk with it.
Oh,
But no,
that's fine.
it's crazy, and like they said, they've mobilized like the National Guard. Okay, well, I'm not really sure what that means, but like, so the National Guard's ready to take
And that's
action
what I don't want
for.
to happen. That's what people are going to make happen is the military is going to get involved, and then people are going to be pissed at them for doing for not letting them go places, and then people are going to get in fights, and it's going to be riots and some stupid stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, the only thing that I feel is like truly necessary is like prescription drugs, and obviously the pharmacy. If you do get sick, you need to be able to get there. The hospital, if you truly are in need of the hospital.
Yeah.
So obviously emergency responders have to be available just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the first thing I would do. I would just call 911 if I thought that things were. I know that's what they say not to do, but if it was that bad, like I would quarantine myself immediately. I would take all the precautions. But if things got so bad that I couldn't breathe, I would just call 911.
Right.
And,
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's, I think, the smartest move you can do. And then, it's just all these things that could happen. It's just, like, it's crazy. I know right now there's something going around about kids in the NICU. Limiting visitors in the hospitals is actually affecting how many parents can go see their kids in the NICU. And there's some kids that, like those little tiny babies that are just waiting to be able to go home.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's just really hard to think that some of the, like a mom couldn't be there with her babies because there's too many people in there already that day. Like, and honestly, I wouldn't, for the protection of my kid, it would be so hard, don't get me wrong, to not see my baby, but at the same time, at the risk of bringing something else into there, I wouldn't want anybody in there. I would be like, just nurses. Send me, set up video cameras like they do for daycares. Let me see what's going on with my baby every day. Send me pictures. Like, daycares do that now.
Yeah.
My friend gets pictures in his email every day of his daughter at daycare.
Right.
I love that. Be able to watch your kid at daycare. Jimmy and Gina had that ability. I love that thought.
Yeah, my kid
Doing
ain't going
that.
to daycare.
No, well, hopefully we have kids and we have them early enough that we can still rely on our parents to watch them. Oh, who am I kidding? Your mom will take care of it.
Yeah. But anyway, I need to eat because this candle is making me starving.
The smell of a vanilla candle. Are you going to eat the vanilla candle?
I probably would. It smells so good. Like,
What are you going to cook me?
I probably would. Let's make one of them chicken and rice things. What are they called? The things in the bag that we just got.
They're just meals in a bag. They're frozen meals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
What
gonna-
are those?
We might need two, because like I said, I made one of those
Okay,
things
me
for
too.
myself, and it was not
Whatever
enough.
it takes.
Whatever it takes. I got music.
Corona.
Okay, you've got to let go of the my Corona. All right, listen, guys, it's time to sanitize.
Compromise, sanitize, pleasurize. Close your eyes.
Anyway, sanitize up. Keep yourselves clean. Get yourself some wipes if you can.
Yeah, wipe your damn.
Rich.
Wipe your damn.
You are rich. Find the
Wash
toilet
your
paper.
hands. Wash your damn hands.
Wash your damn hands.
With soap. No, don't worry about the hand sanitizer. Just
Yeah.
use soap and water.
Soap and water, okay? Soap. You need some, I'll mail it to you. I got boxes of it from hotels. Don't ask me why I always keep the hand soap, but I do. I got boxes of it. You can get some Irish Spring at the dollar store. You know what I mean? Like, it's not hard to get soap.
Right.
Like, so get you some soap, wash your damn hands, and stay the hell home. That's all I gotta say, okay? Thanks for having me again, babe. It was lovely to see you. I'll see you in the kitchen.
All right.
So, thanks for the Corona quarantine talk.
All right, guys. Let's everyone enjoy our quarantine.
Yes.
And hopefully next time I'll talk is when we're not quarantining.
And if we're still quarantining, I'll see you again.
I don't know about that.
Oh, rude. By then I'll have like a unibrow and like dark brown hair. Like, it'll be a whole thing.
What?
Because we can't go out to get our hair
unibrow?
done, and we
Oh.
can't get our eyebrows done, and things like that. Like,
Oh yeah, that's true.
it's gonna get rough and ugly up in here. I can tell you that much.
All right,
right.
later.
Quarantine and chill, folks. Quarantine and chill.